All right, ready to dive deep. Today we're tackling Rhonda Byrne's The Secret.
Oh, yeah, this one sparked a lot of conversation.
For sure, lots of buzz around the law of attraction. We're going to see if it lives up to all the hype.
Yeah, lots of people are captivated by this concept. Manifest wealth, love, health, even global change, just by using your thought.
Sounds pretty amazing. Who wouldn't want that? But before we get too far, let's break down the basics.
Yeah, for sure.
So the book starts off, Chapter 1, The Secret Revealed. It introduces this idea like attracts like.
Right.
Basically, your thoughts shape your reality.
It's a powerful idea, not just passive observers, but active creators. Byrne even uses this analogy. The universe is like a giant catalog.
Okay?
Your thoughts and feelings are like placing orders. What you focus on, you draw in.
Okay, so if I'm constantly worried about money, am I actually attracting more financial problems?
That's what the book argues. Universe doesn't distinguish between what you want and what you don't want. So dwelling on those fears and negative thoughts
Oh, wow.
could actually bring those experiences into your life.
Huh.
It's kind of like what you resist persists, right?
Yeah, that's a bit of a sobering thought. Makes you really want to be mindful of what's going on up there.
Mm-hmm.
So how do we use this law of attraction to create the life we want?
Well, Chapter 2, The Secret Made Simple, breaks it down into 3 steps. Ask, believe, and receive.
Okay.
First, get clear on what you want. Then cultivate unwavering belief that it's already yours.
All right.
And finally, open yourself up to receiving it.
Okay. Sounds easy enough, but I imagine there's more to it than that.
Absolutely. One thing that struck me was the emphasis on gratitude. Not just about wanting more, but appreciating what you already have.
Yeah, that makes sense. Gratitude can shift your focus from lack to abundance, right?
Exactly.
But does that mean we just sit around feeling grateful and wait for our dream life to show up?
Well, that's where action comes in. That's key. And Chapter 3, Putting a Secret into Action, really dives into that. The book is clear. The universe might open doors, but you still have to walk through them, right? It's about recognizing opportunity and taking inspired action.
So it's not just wishful thinking, but actually aligning your actions with your intentions.
Exactly.
Now, speaking of aligning, the book also talks about visualization,
Right.
creating these vivid mental images of your desired outcomes, as if they've already happened.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard of that, but does it really work?
Well, the book argues it's about more than just picturing something. It's about feeling the emotions associated with it.
Okay.
So imagine not just seeing yourself in your dream home,
Yeah,
but feeling the joy and contentment of living there.
I see. So it's about embodying the feeling of already having what you want.
Yeah, you got it. Aligning your vibration, as the book calls it, with your goals.
Okay, I can see how that could make those desires feel more attainable.
Right.
Now, this all sounds transformative. I'm curious how the secret applies to different areas of life.
Mm-hmm.
Let's start with something everyone wants more of, money.
Oh, yeah.
Chapter 4 is all about attracting wealth.
It challenges us to examine our beliefs about money. It argues that limiting beliefs like money is the root of all evil
Yeah.
or rich people are greedy,
Right.
these can actually block financial abundance.
Yeah, those are pretty common sayings. You might not even realize those beliefs are holding you back. So what's the antidote to these limiting money mindsets?
Well, the book suggests focusing on feeling abundant now,
Okay.
regardless of your current situation.
Okay.
It's about cultivating this mindset of prosperity, believing in your ability to attract wealth.
So even if you're struggling financially, you can shift your energy by focusing on abundance.
That's the idea.
But what if someone's thinking, easy for you to say, you probably have plenty of money?
Right.
Does the book address that? Like, it might be harder for some people to cultivate those feelings.
It does touch on the fact that we all come from different backgrounds, different experiences, that can shape our beliefs about money. But it emphasizes that anyone can shift their mindset with consistent effort and practice, of course.
Yeah, you can't just snap your fingers and change those deep beliefs overnight.
Nope.
So is it all about positive thoughts and visualizing stacks of cash?
Well, not quite. It also emphasizes generosity,
Oh,
giving as a form of receiving.
that's interesting. Most people associate wealth with getting more, not giving it away.
Right, but the secret argues that generosity, even in small ways, sends a message to the universe.
Like what?
That you trust in abundance.
Okay, so it's about demonstrating you believe there's enough to go around even if you don't feel wealthy yet.
Mm-hmm.
Now let's switch gears from material to emotional. Chapter 5 tackles mastering relationships.
And it starts with a simple but powerful idea. Focus on the positive aspects of others, even those who challenge you.
Okay, that could be tough, especially with difficult people.
Sure.
But how does this tie into attracting better relationships?
Well, the secret suggests that what you focus on expands. So if you're constantly dwelling on someone's negative traits, you're amplifying them.
Oh, I see.
But by choosing to see the good, you're creating a more positive dynamic and aligning yourself with a higher vibration.
So it's about consciously choosing to see the best in others
Yeah,
and attracting more positivity into your life.
exactly. And that leads to another interesting concept, becoming a magnet for your ideal relationship.
Okay, how do we do that? Become a relationship magnets.
It's about embodying the qualities you desire in a partner. So if you're looking for kindness, be kind to yourself and others. Want adventure? Embrace your own adventurous spirit.
So it's not just about finding the right person, but becoming the right person.
That's it.
I like that. Takes the focus off external searching and puts it on internal growth.
Right. And it aligned with the idea that like attracts like.
Makes sense.
By embodying those qualities you seek, you raise your vibration and attract people who resonate with them.
Okay, now let's talk about something that impacts every area of life. Health. In Chapter 6, Vibrant Health, the book focuses on the body's ability to heal itself.
Yeah, it highlights the mind-body connection, emphasizes believing in our body's innate healing capacity.
That's powerful, but doesn't it oversimplify things? Like, what about serious illness? It can't be as simple as just believing you'll be healthy.
You're right. It's crucial to acknowledge the complexity of health and the role of medical professionals.
Yeah.
The book isn't suggesting positive thinking alone can cure everything.
Okay, so it's more about using the law of attraction as a support for well-being and working alongside medical treatment.
Yeah, and it also encourages visualization,
Okay.
picturing yourself as healthy and vibrant even if you're facing challenges.
Okay.
And it also highlights gratitude for your body, appreciating all the things it does for you, even the parts that might not be functioning perfectly.
So it's about having a positive mindset around health
Mm-hmm.
and appreciating your body's resilience.
Exactly.
Now let's zoom out to the bigger picture. Chapter 7 tackles transforming the world.
Wow.
Pretty ambitious.
Yeah.
It dives into this concept of collective consciousness,
Mm-hmm.
the idea that our thoughts and feelings shape the world around us.
It suggests that if enough people focus on positive change, we can manifest a better future together.
That's mind-blowing, like a global manifestation project. But does it really work? Can our thoughts really impact world events?
That's a big question, right? But The Secret presents anecdotal evidence
Okay.
and encourages us to at least consider the possibility that our thoughts and intentions can create a ripple effect.
So it's about recognizing that we're all connected and the power of our collective energy.
Exactly. It's understanding we're all part of something much larger,
Uh-huh.
and our thoughts, feelings, and actions can contribute to a more harmonious and compassionate world.
I love that idea. Even small acts of kindness and positivity can make a difference.
Absolutely.
Now, this is where things get really interesting. Chapter 8, Discovering Your True Self. This goes beyond manifesting specific things
Yeah.
and says that you are not a victim of circumstance, but a powerful creator of your own reality.
It's about recognizing the power within each of us
Yeah.
to shape our lives and create the experiences we want.
That's empowering, but also feels like a lot of responsibility.
It is. It's recognizing our thoughts and feelings have consequences,
Mm-hmm.
but it's also liberating
Yeah.
because it suggests we're not at the mercy of fate.
So it's about stepping into our power as creators.
Exactly. And this chapter also explores connecting to a universal source,
Okay.
this wellspring of creative potential that fuels our manifestations.
This is starting to sound a little mystical. Can you explain this universal source?
Well, it's something many spiritual traditions explore, right?
Mhm.
This idea that there's a force, an energy, a consciousness that connects us all.
Mm-hmm.
It's not necessarily religious,
Yeah.
but it suggests we're part of something larger than ourselves.
Okay, so it's about tapping into this source of infinite possibility
Mm-hmm.
and recognizing our own potential as creators.
Exactly.
I'm definitely curious to hear more about this in part 2.
We'll get there.
But before we wrap up part 1, there's one more chapter to touch on. Chapter 9, Living a Secret-Filled Life. This seems to be about putting all these principles into practice.
Yeah, it emphasizes living in the present moment. That's the key to happiness and well-being.
Okay.
It also encourages aligning your actions with your desires and consistently practicing these principles of the secret to create the life you want.
Okay.
But let's save those details for the next part of our deep dive.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Welcome back. You ready to keep unlocking the secret?
Absolutely. Let's jump right back in. Last time we left off on Chapter 9, Living a Secret-Filled Life. All about putting the law of attraction into practice every day.
Right. And a big takeaway was living in the present moment. It's easy to get stuck in the past or worry about the future, but the book says the present moment is key. Byrne argues that being present helps us tap into peace, joy, gratitude. Aligning us with abundance. It's about savoring the journey, not just the destination.
Makes sense. If you're always dwelling on what went wrong or worrying about what might happen, You're not open to the good stuff happening right now.
Exactly. And this ties into another point from Chapter 9, aligning your actions with your desires.
Okay.
It's not enough to just think positive and visualize. You got to take inspired action.
So be proactive. Take steps towards your dreams, even small ones.
Yeah, but how do you know you're taking the right actions?
That's a good question.
Well, that's where intuition comes in. The book suggests that when you're aligned with your true desires, you get guidance from the universe, like intuitive nudges or synchronicities.
Oh, okay, so pay attention to gut feelings and follow those breadcrumbs to your goals.
But what if you're feeling stuck, unsure of what actions to take?
Happens to all of us.
Right. Well, the book says to trust the process, believe the universe is working in your favor. It says even setbacks and challenges can be valuable.
Interesting.
They can guide us towards our highest good.
So have faith that things are unfolding as they should, even when it doesn't feel like it.
Exactly. And that leads to another important point. Consistently practice these principles to create the life you want. It's not a one-time thing. It's an ongoing journey.
So like a muscle, you got to keep flexing. The more you use the law of attraction, the more natural it gets.
That's a great way to put it. Integrate these principles into your daily life. Make them part of who you are. Become a conscious creator,
Now, I know The Secret has gotten mixed reviews.
Right.
Some people love it. Others think it's just wishful thinking. What are your thoughts?
I think with any self-help book, you got to be discerning. The Secret offers some great insights into positive thinking, taking responsibility for your life, but it's not magic, It's not just wishing for things and expecting them to appear.
Yeah, it's about aligning your thoughts, feelings, actions with your desires and trusting the process.
Right, but what about the critiques that it oversimplifies complex issues or even blames people for their circumstances?
Yeah, I've heard that too.
It's true, the book can be a bit simplistic at times, and not everything is within our control.
Yeah.
But there's value in focusing on what we can control, our thoughts, feelings, and actions.
So it's about empowering ourselves to make positive changes.
Exactly, both within ourselves and in the world.
I think that's something we can all get behind, whether we buy into the law of attraction or not. It's about having a positive mindset and taking responsibility for our own happiness.
Absolutely. And ultimately, I think that's what The Secret is all about. Empowering us to create the lives we want and deserve.
So what can people do to start using these principles? Any practical tips?
Well, one easy but powerful thing is to start a gratitude journal.
Okay.
Every day, write down 3 things you're grateful for. Could be anything, big or small. A sunset, a kind gesture, a cup of coffee.
Right.
It's about focusing on the positive, appreciating the good.
It's about shifting from lack to abundance, right?
Exactly. Another technique is visualization.
Okay.
Spend a few minutes each day visualizing what you want as if it's already happened. Feel those emotions,
Oh, okay.
The more vivid and detailed the visualizations, the better.
So it's not just seeing it, but feeling it.
Exactly. And lastly, I'd say pay attention to your intuition.
Okay.
Notice those little nudges and synchronicities guiding you towards your goals.
Yeah.
Trust your gut. Take action.
Those are great tips. And the key takeaway is it doesn't have to be complicated.
Right.
It's about small but powerful practices each day.
Yeah, small shifts in thinking and behavior can lead to big changes over time.
And remember, it's a journey, not a destination. Be patient, trust the process, enjoy the ride.
Well said.
All right, welcome back to our deep dive into The Secret. We've covered so much, from the law of attraction to manifesting things like wealth, love, health.
Yeah, it's been a great discussion.
We've talked about gratitude, visualization, taking action. But I want to go back to one of the most interesting parts, and maybe controversial parts, of The Secret.
Oh, yeah.
This idea that our thoughts can shape the world.
Yeah, it's a big one.
People have been debating this for centuries, but The Secret puts it front and center. We're not just watching things happen, we're part of creating them.
Right, it's a big shift in perspective.
And it goes beyond just our personal desires, right? The book says our collective thoughts can impact global events.
Yeah, Chapter 7, Transforming the World, gets into that.
Right, collective consciousness.
If enough people focus on positive change, we can create a better future together.
It's a powerful concept, but kind of daunting too. Can our thoughts really influence things like war or climate change?
It's a question that's been around forever. No definitive answer, but The Secret has some anecdotal evidence and encourages us to think about it.
Okay, so consider the possibility that our thoughts, our intentions, create a ripple effect.
Exactly. We're all connected, and our energy matters.
It's a good reminder that even small acts of kindness, positivity, can make a difference.
Absolutely. And that ties into another theme throughout the book, connecting with our true selves.
Yeah, Chapter 8, Discovering Your True Self.
It encourages us to look inward, find our power and wisdom.
We're not victims of circumstance, but creators of our own reality.
Right. We can choose our thoughts, our feelings, our actions, and those shape our experiences.
But how do you actually connect with your true self? It sounds kind of vague.
The book suggests things like Meditation, spending time in nature, journaling, anything that quiets the mind, helps you hear your inner voice.
Okay, so tune in and discover who you are at your core.
Exactly. And that inner self, according to The Secret, is connected to a universal source, this infinite potential.
Right, this idea of a source comes up a lot in different spiritual traditions.
It suggests we're all part of something bigger than ourselves, and we can tap into that for creativity, wisdom, abundance.
It's a beautiful thought, but also a little overwhelming. Where do you even start?
Well, the book emphasizes it's a process, not a destination. Take small steps, be patient, trust the journey.
So embrace the journey, believe you're right where you need to be.
Exactly. And that brings us back to the core message of The Secret. We have the power to create the lives we want. Recognize your worthiness, embrace your true self, align your thoughts, feelings, actions with what you desire.
It's a hopeful message, really empowering.
It is, and remember, you're not alone on this journey. We're all connected. And together, we can create a world that reflects our best selves.
I love that. Well, that's a perfect note to end on as we wrap up this deep dive into The Secret. Thank you for joining us as we explored the power of thought and creating positive change.
It's been a pleasure.
To our listeners, keep exploring these ideas, question things, experiment, find what resonates with you.
Remember, the power to create your reality is within you.
Thanks for tuning into the deep dive, and we'll see you next time.